All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are, back in our favorite plane. Down to 7,000, Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey. In our favorite plane, beautiful Cessna Longitude. We left Houston today. It was 3 degrees Celsius when we left. Who knew it got that cold in South Texas? Anyway, the cold apparently followed us down from Omaha. So we're headed, as promised, to Montego Bay, Jamaica, where it is currently 84 degrees. And according to real-time weather anyway, sunny. That's Jamaica in front of us here. It appears to be covered in clouds, but we'll see what it looks like when we get a little closer. About 50 miles out right now to 17,000 feet, cleared down to 7. Initiate that descent, 1,500 feet per minute.
Transition altitude, nearest altimeter, 1012.
It's funny, Betty from the 4Flight app relays the altimeter in metric, 1012, instead of what we're used to, which is inches of mercury. Working on it, honey. Anyway, we're at 16,300 right now, headed down to 7,000. Very interesting approach here. One other interesting thing I learned how to do on this flight. After all these flights, you're always learning something new. And that was how to access the ATIS, the Automatic Terminal Information Service. Listen.
Sangster Airport Information Kilo 19000. Wind 066 at 30. Visibility 6. Sky condition. Few clouds at 1,100 feet. Few clouds at 4,200 feet. Few clouds at 12,300 feet. Temperature 29er. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.88. ILS runway 7 in use. Landing and departing runway 7. DSR aircraft. Say direction of flight.
Nice, huh? So the Automatic Terminal Information Service is just that. It's an automated broadcast that's updated hourly and gives you information about what's going on at the airport weather-wise. So I hadn't been able to access it before, but I figured it out on this flight, part of which included disabling managed radio comms just for purposes of tuning the ATIS frequency, which for this airport happens to be 127.9er. Anyway, we'll turn off our bank limiter here. We're getting ready to make a nice left turn. And as I said, it's kind of an interesting approach. Actually, it's more than interesting. It's very interesting. Start slowing here. We're at 12,700. It's going to slow to 270. Now 265. You remember, you want to be at 250 or less, below 10,000. Oh shit, I just realized what I was doing wrong. I was in heading mode. Damn it! I was in heading mode, not nav mode. I was starting to wonder how come we were tracking off of the line here. That was my mistake. Luckily, 11,600 feet, we weren't at risk of any terrain issues. And we're making that left turn now to correct. Slow down to 250 as we're at 11,200. See the autopilot's correcting now.
Sangster approach Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey is at 11,100 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
Cessna November Tree 4 Tree Bravo Whiskey Sangster approach continuous planned. Altimeter 29.88.
2988, we'll adjust that.
Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey, you are 20 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 4,600 feet. Expect ILS runway 7 approach via Sierra India Alpha transition.
Sierra India Alpha.
India Alpha.
4,600. Expect transition.
Descend and maintain 4,600
Sierra
feet.
India
Expect
Alpha.
ILS runway 7 approach via Sierra India Alpha transition cleared to Sierra India Alpha Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
See how it handles this. Get back on track line. We gotta slow down.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Stable auto throttle. Oof. Anyway, this interesting approach that I was talking about, which we're trying to get back on right now. Send at 1,200 feet per minute. In the clouds now, but air temperature is 11 degrees. No issues for icing. All right, so we're slowly fixing this. Little boo-boo on my part. Let's go ahead and enter the ILS frequency for runway 07, which is 109.5. Oof. Shit. It's not consequential. It's just irritating that I forgot that we were in heading mode. I don't entirely blame myself. Because the reason that I'm in heading mode like that is because of the goddamn oscillation roll. Easy there, Turbo. Set it at 180.
Landing gear.
That weird oscillation roll
Landing gear.
that we've been dealing with.
Landing gear.
If it goes away if you put it in heading mode, so I put it in heading mode just to avoid the annoying left-right aileron rolls. But then if you forget, then you end up at shit creek without a paddle. Anyway, let me go back to explaining this, what I think to be an interesting approach. And I did look, we're flying the OMAXI5 STAR, Oscar Mike Alpha X-Ray India, OMAXI5 STAR. And I found a copy of it on Jepsen. And oh, that's pretty. Wow. Oh, there's the airport. That's where we're going to be landing. That's awesome. Wow. Anyway, it does have this approach. It does have this, you fly south of the airport, turn towards the airport, head west of the airport, turn left, head towards OMAXI, then make another left, and then that's your ILS approach. The distance between OMAXI and Anapa is 5.4 nautical miles. At OMAXI, we want to be at 3,000 feet, which we're not going to have any problem being, so I'll slow our descent down to 600 feet per minute. Anyway, distance between OMAXI and Anapa is 5.4. Distance between Anapa and the airport is 5.5. So, 11-mile final, which I'm delighted with. Speed looks good. We are receiving ILS information. Let's switch the, right now our bearing one, we're 2 hours, 32 minutes into the flight, by the way. I had expected us to land in Montego Bay at I think I said, what did I write down based on the flight info? 2:25 p.m., memory serves. Anyway, it's 2:18 p.m. local time. Jamaica's an Eastern Standard Time. So, maybe 4 or 5 minutes behind schedule. Anyway, we'll switch our bearing 1 over to, instead of being on GPS where it is now, showing us our distance to the next waypoint, we'll switch it over to nav 1, which is the ILS, which it is receiving. ISIA, India Sierra India Alpha. Nav 2 is already set to the VOR frequency at Montego, which is 115.7. Let's see here. Nav 2, 115.7. Nav 1, 109.5. So we're all set up on the radios. Enter our minimums, 304 feet, which struck me as high, but there's terrain in the area, so that might make it off to the right of the aircraft. There's terrain on final, so that's probably part of why. So, here we are making that big U-turn now. They told us to descend to 4,600. That's the last we've heard from them. So we're at 4,600. Makes sense that they're not telling us to descend further, just because we do have terrain below us. Comfortably below us, but still below us. And the airport's out there. Beautiful day. Kind of classically tropical. There's that beautiful left turn. Girl's making it beautifully. What a plane. Down to 3,000. They want us at, as I said just a moment ago, at OMAXI, you want to be at 3,000 feet. At least I believe I said that. At Anapa, you want to be at 1,800 feet. So they've cleared us down to 3,000. Winds are out of the northeast. Pretty stiff, 15 knots. But we're landing on runway 07, so that should be manageable. Descend down to 3,000. Do that at 700 feet per minute. We're going to fly right over the airport. Let me zoom in on the MFD to illustrate that. You can see there, now look close. If I could zoom in, there we go. That's as much as I can zoom in. Here we are. There's the airport. There's a bunch of planes on the ground. I guess I'm not the only one who decided to fly either to or from Montego Bay. Probably a lot of people in the Midwest and the East Coast who are wishing they were in Jamaica, where it's 84 degrees right now. Anyway, we're going to fly right over the airport, and then, as I also showed here, after we get to this, we're going to fly this radial. So we'll fly west, probably about 10 miles, left or south, and then left again to turn final. So we're looking really good. Really good. Interesting approach. It's called a teardrop approach, if I'm not mistaken. What? It did it again. This is the second time this has happened. Why is it doing this? There's the airport. I don't know why it's canceled the IFR. I did. This is a mystery to me. Second and only time this has happened. Well, the weather's good anyway. Squawk 0246. Cessna 3 Whiskey.
0246 Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Hey, we're flying right over the airport. I don't know what that's all about, though. I really don't. Last time this happened, well, thank God, first of all, it's in VFR conditions. 2988 is confirmed, right? Yeah.
Copy Cessna Tree Bravo Whiskey.
Anyway, the second time this has happened.
Sangster Tower, Cessna November Tree.
I'm trying to remember the last time it happened. Tallahassee, I think. Now, see, it automatically went over to requesting landing clearance. How weird. Good. We're already in left traffic. 066 at 30. The sim reports winds in gusts, not sustained, so it's not really a sustained 30-knot gust from the 30-knot wind from the east. It's gusting to 30. But it's neither here nor there. We're fine. Now, we're at 3,000 feet right now, and here we will stay until we get to OMAXI, because the STAR plate and the ILS approach plate for runway 07 shows that you want to be at 3,000 at OMAXI and 1,800 feet at Anapa. So we'll switch over to ILS probably right about here, midway, which would oftentimes is depicted as an arc, but in this approach it's a straight line because we're flying a radial, which is fine. No problem. That guy just took off. You can see this guy's about to take off. He's taxiing. I don't know much, but I'll tell you the weather looks good. Look at that. Oh, God, I wish I were there. $84 degrees. I mean, I'm in Southern California, so I shouldn't complain, but even for us, it was raining this morning. It's 61 degrees. All right, we know the approach course for ILS runway 07 is 072, so we'll set that on the HDG. I was looking at the SIDS for this airport, just for when we leave, standard instrument departure. And it's kind of cool. You have to make a pretty sharp left turn right after you take off because there's a hotel right here. And apparently they bitch if planes take... See, this guy, I don't think this guy did it. Anyway, you have to turn left and then head out. That guy who took off is obviously headed east, or presumably is. Anyway, here's our left turn. We're going to switch over. We're going to switch our nav source to nav 1, but not until we're a little bit farther along the line there. Slow to 180. There's the water. Boy, the water looks pretty. Look at that. That is fantastic. Okay, we're down in the tape now, so keep an eye on our AOA. You see this? See how it's closing, getting closer to that red? That's because our speed is down into areas where we need a little help. Somebody just took off without authorization. Anyway, we need a little aerodynamic help to maintain our lift. So we'll put down a notch of flaps. And we will now switch over to nav 1. Boom, there we go. We're literally 90 degrees. So we'll start making that left turn to intercept the ILS. And we'll switch on APPR. ILS is perfect. If you look at the glide slope, just nailed it. I mean, just exactly where we want to be. I mean, couldn't be better. Continue slowing. We're going to give ourselves a shorter final than we otherwise are entitled to, owing to activation of the APPR, which is no problem whatsoever. We're going to intercept that localizer at a 30-degree angle, roughly, which is perfect. You see how the AOA went down? And we just intercepted the glide slope right there as I zoomed in. So my work is done until we're about to touch down. This has gone very smoothly. Set our altitude selector at minimums. Not that we need it. Normally you'd set your altitude selector at your missed approach altitude, but we're not going to have a missed approach. Be positive. Minimums of 304. We'll set 300. So it's not even relying on altitude control right now. It's flying the glide slope. There's the airport right there, and I see white and red on our poppies, our precision approach path indicators. That's good news. Let's go ahead and look outside as we put our beautiful gear down. Looks really good. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we have the airport in sight. Not quite lined up. It's lining up. We've got 10 knots headed right at us, and now it's lining up beautifully. There we go. Just a, I don't know, tiny bit low.
Cessna 3 Bravo Whiskey cleared to land runway 7.
Landing lights are on.
076 at 34.
Depressurize. 076 at 34. 34. Jesus Christ. They got some winds. Full flaps. They got some winds going on here down in Jamaica. Set 140. Approach speed. Wow. See, but you see what I mean? It's not really 34 knots because the winds are headed at us at 11. So 11 knots. So what's really probably happening is 11 knots gusting to 30. Either way, some nice winds out of the northeast. Trade winds, I would imagine, down here in the tropics. Yeah, we're all set up. This is looking good. Let's look out. Nice. Wings all configured. You can see that. Winds look, or the waves.
Final runway 07.
Waves look great. Got the runway right in front of us. We got 1 white, 3 reds, just as I was saying, a tiny bit low. Disconnect our auto throttle. Wait for the 500 call out. Disconnect the autopilot. Pop up in the seat just a bit. Airspeed's good. 139, 140. Zoom in on the MFD. Good visual on the run on the airfield once we land. Exit right.
500.
500.
Autopilot.
Autopilot.
I have the aircraft. Wind's coming at us at 20 knots right now. 21 knots. Wild. Keep an eye on that glide slope. 2 and 2. No crosswind. That much. That's the good news. Just a hell of a headwind. 3 whites, 1 red on the poppy. Now 4 whites. We're a little high. $8,700 foot long runway, so pretty forgiving. Runway 7 confirmed. Nice. Reversers, spoilers deployed. Not going to need much help slowing down on this one. Wind still sustained 20. Still sustained 20 knot winds.
01 hold short runway 7. Traffic is Cessna C700 on the runway.
That American Airlines flights wants to,
Cessna Tree Bravo whiskey exit runway when able.
they want us to get the hell off the runway. We just slowed down so fast because of those winds we're headed into that.
Hold short runway 7 American 1501.
1501. I'll have to look that up later. American Airlines 1501. Somebody confirm if that's if that left Montego Bay for Miami today. Bet you $1 it did. Anyway, they're waiting for us to get the hell off the runway, so that we will do. And welcome to Montego Bay. Outside air temperature 29 degrees.
Bravo whiskey exit runway when able.
I'm doing it. Get off my ass. Okay, good. Now we're off the runway. Now that American guy can take off.
Bravo whiskey contact ground on 121.7. American 1501 taxi into position and hold.
Okay, that went great.
Going to 121.7 Cessna Tree Bravo.
Bring in the spoilers. Bring in the flaps.
Position and hold.
There's the American Airlines flight right there. I don't know if you can see him. He's now allowed to enter the runway and he'll take off. Okay. All right. That was great. That was just really went well. Stop our timer. 2 hours, 47 minutes, 52 seconds.
Sangster Tower American 87512 miles. West inbound 4GME runway 7 approach.
Yeah, and lots of people coming into Montego today. All right, let's go switch over to ground and taxi to parking.
Sangster ground Cessna November 3
That was great.
Bravo whiskey request
Really
taxi
great.
to parking.
I just love it when it works like that.
Cessna November 3
Give me some arrows though, bud.
whiskey taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
There we go.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway
That was fun.
Alpha Cessna Tree Bravo.
Oh, how I wish I was here for real. This really is the perfect... I was reading this article today in the Wall Street Journal about how the video game industry has just boomed thanks to COVID. Because, you know, you're stuck at home and Or so many people are stuck at home anyway. I have to go to work, actually. There's that American Airlines guy on final. Hold on, let me line up on the taxi line here. Now we got a 20-knot tailwind, so we're going to be boogieing right along. This guy right here. This guy's taken off. This guy's on final. Both American Airlines. That was cool. That was really great. It was really... I don't know why it can't... Oh, there's a car coming at us. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. We're going to go right through him. I don't know why they canceled the IFR clearance. That's happened more than once. This is so funny. What are you doing in the middle of a taxiway? I've never had that... I've only had that happen one time before when we were on final in Tallahassee, as I recall. I think it was Tallahassee. Anyway, I don't know what's behind that. It's very unusual. I'm dreading the time that happens when we're in IMC and they tell me to go VFR. That's a little awkward. All right. So here's our parking. I'm going to just scope this out this time because, yeah, see, here's our left. Okay, good. There's our guy. Nice. By the way, what is with this? Wait, parking brake, so we're safe. That American Airlines still hasn't taken off. Dude, move your ass. There's somebody coming in. Oh, there he goes. Oh, let's watch this. This is great. Here he goes. Oh, that's so sweet. Look at him go. Yeah! Rotate, buddy. Oh, that was an interesting way. He just kind of levitated off the ground. I'll allow it. Gear up. Go get him. Off to Miami you go. And then this guy. Oh, he's still good 4 or 5 miles out. Anyway, why is there a liveried airplane halfway into the terminal? Do you see what I see? Can't see it from this angle, but look, his nose is in the building, A. And B, why is there a United? They're not supposed to have liveried airplanes in this. Montego Bay is not a custom airport. I mean, it's not a one of the modified airports. That's very interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Well, anyway, these are first world problems. Okay, we'll kill the right engine. Already took care of the timer. We'll take care of the lights. Again, welcome to Montego Bay, Jamaica. What a nice day out it is. 29 degrees Celsius. Oh, that sounds nice. 84 degrees. Mostly sunny in the sim anyway, or in real life. And that's believable in the sim. I could buy that. 23 mile wind, 23 miles an hour winds out of the east, northeast. Real-time weather. But the inches of mercury are listed at 29.89, and they gave us 29.88. So the weather did a good job today in the sim. I think that guy just landed. There he is. Sweet. Sweet. All right, everybody. Turn off our pitot-static heat, and that's it. Let's drop to the logbook screen. That was so fun. Look at that. KHOU to MKJS. 2 hours, 44 minutes, 48 seconds. Everything went great. That was a fun flight. Really enjoyed that one. All right. Well, listen, thanks for watching. Have a good one.